Yeah, so
Hello, everyone.
can you hear, please? Can you hear me?
Hello. If you can hear, just
Yeah, so is it live?
the life is on. Mm. Yeah, it's okay.
Hello, can you hear, please? Hello. Tega, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, you have to do it. We can't do it. We need to do it portrait because we won't be able to read the comment. So turn it the other way.
Can you hear me, please? Still coming back.
This is a calendar.
So can you hear me now, please? Okay. So so we just realized some people can hear us, Okay, so we go ahead and start. Yeah.
Yeah, good evening, everyone. Welcome to our usual live session. And this is the Glorified Family Outreach.
Turn it to portrait. Let's see.
This is the Glorified Family Outreach. So, welcome to today's live. So, our today live session is going to be an interactive one.
Yeah, sorry for the place we are trying to fix. I don't know, we getting an echo here, so I don't know what's actually happening. Let me see. Is it connected here? Let me see. YouTube. You have YouTube? Hmm?
No, no,
Check.
no, I don't.
Yeah, so it's 9 minutes. We need to go. Okay, so go ahead, Cherish. Let's see what we can do.
So today, please feel free to use the comment section because, like we said, it's going to be highly interactive. Your voice matters in this discussion. Please share to any parent, guardian, future parent, young adult. So,
Let's see what you're saying now. Okay, let's go ahead. Why are you waiting for it to finish now?
so this live session came out of a discussion we had from one of our sons during our usual devotion time while we were studying. And he drew our attention to this very important discussion right now. So, from his own, I'm just narrating what he said. So, during the course of our discussion, he said, "Oh, I prefer daddy form of discipline than mom's form of discipline. And our mom is always very tough and firm, while dad is very soft and daddy allow things to slide, you know." So which brought us to this form of discussion. And so our today's topic for discussion is tough love versus child worship. So which form of parenting is best for us as parents? Is it tough love or is it child worship? So we want you to use the comment section. It's highly going to be very interactive. And so feel free to pop in your comments as we go along.
Go ahead now.
So now let's start. So what do we understand by tough love? So I'll be having the discussion with Mr. here. And so, Mr., what do you understand by tough love?
Okay, so yeah, so for me, tough love is actually discipline a child, at the same time, showing him or her love. So a lot of you can actually discipline a child without actually abusing a child. So you discipline the child and at the same time show the child love because it's very important that whatever way you bring up a child from the home front is what will show who the child is when it gets to school and also to public places. So we must discipline a child. At the same time, showing the child love because you spare the rod, you spare the child.
The child, yeah.
Yeah.
So from that discussion, while we're having the discussion, my son actually made this comment that mommy, when we do something wrong, mommy will always like scream and mommy will say, "Why did you do this? Why did you do this?" So but dad will just say, "Oh, never mind. I know you didn't intend to do it. Don't worry. Just go away with it." So, but I was happy because he said, "Mommy will say, why did you do this?" So, why did you do this means mommy wants an explanation. Firstly, mommy wants you to take responsibility for your action. And mommy also want to know why you did this. So from this discussion now, are parents becoming too soft? Are parents becoming too soft these days?
Yeah. So first of all, before I start that, I also want to talk about child. Uh, what is it?
Child worship.
Child worship. Yeah. So the opposite of
So tough love.
tough love is child worship. So most times, child worship means that you feel whatever the child does is right. So you worship the child without making the child pay when he default in default the rules that is set in the house, in the home. So yeah, so our parents defaulting, yeah, in today's world, because of the busy nature of families, parents by 7 a.m. they are rushing to the office. 7 a.m. the kids are going to school. They spend more time often with the teachers. And when they come home, the only time they have with the kids is during dinner time. And after that, they just prepare the dinner, give to the kids, and they're rushing to pick up their laptop to do what is remaining for them to do at home, for work. So even when the kids come to them, oh, so thing, and they do something wrong, they still tell them, oh, come on. They just want to tell them, come on, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay. Just go and do what you are doing. Come on, leave me alone. So during the process, when you leave me alone, go and do whatever you are doing. There's no time to actually be tough on the child. So in today's parenting style, we see parents defaulting. And like my son asks me, he said, put up an experiment between the child that grew up in the two various homes. You see that one, when they are in school, one is always rude to the teachers and their fellow students, and the other one uses kind words. So that's the difference between two. So parents are actually, about 80% of parents are actually defaulting these days.
So from the comment section, someone is saying tough love means discipline with love.
Yeah.
So if you ask me now, I'll say tough love means be firm. Be firm.
Yeah.
In terms of discipline. You are, I would say strict, because the word strict will look so harsh.
So harsh.
Yeah. So you are being firm, as in, which brings me to asking this question now. Is it good for parents to set rules in the house?
Yes.
Is it good for rules to be set in the home?
Yes. So, I mean, people cannot just live without rules and regulations. So, in a society where there are no rules, things go wrong. And in the house, there must be rules. Rules like at 10 p.m., lights goes off and everyone must go to bed. And when you finish eating, hey, come on, clean your plates. When you are eating, do not put things on the floor. If you put it, you sweep it. So there are rules and regulations that must guide any place that 2 or 3 people live. And especially in a home, you must set the rules for the kids. They must know when they have to go to bed. They must know when they wake up. They must know how to greet. As simple as that. So rules must exist in a home.
Yeah, especially that greeting. These days, these days you see children, they'll just stand and be looking at adults without even any form of greeting. They don't even know what to say. So there are really rules, to be set in the home. These rules guides the family, everyone. We're talking about the children. So what about the parents? Are parents meant to follow rules in a home? Because we are there to, like, we set example for the kids to follow. So when children often look at parents, what they do, So is it good for parents to also adhere to rules set in the home?
Yeah, so like I
Please, we
said,
need your comment on this.
like
It's also good for parents to follow rules in the home.
yeah, so like I said, in every establishment, in every society, there must be rules and regulations. There are rules that parents discipline their children. There must be so that it doesn't lead to abuse. So rules must exist. They must have put some safeguards in place so you don't exceed those safeguarding laws that are put in place in the home. So rules must exist in the family for the kids and also for the parents as well. Like if you want to compare in those days, we feel that no, we were more disciplined. But the truth is that yes, we were disciplined because it was parents bring up children, then they were their kids. These issues of social media weren't there. So we really grew up in a very tight and disciplined environment. I can see now my kids just jump into my room even without knocking the
Without
door.
knocking.
They come, they come and talk to me while I'm having my bath in the bathroom. In those days, I can count how many times I actually entered my dad's, my dad's room. Then dads used to have their own room separate. Mothers, we tend to be just get to our mom's room easily, but for my dad, come on, you must take permission. Probably when he wants to discipline you, he will, he will ask you to go and get the cane from his
Yeah.
bedroom. So yeah, so that's actually the difference now. But in today's world, we are so free with the kids, and I think that has taken a lot of maybe look as if we are so free with the kids as
Yeah.
well.
Someone say parents are the children model. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
We
So
are the children's role model. So
role model.
whatever we do, that's why as parents, we need to be very careful, and we need to be very intentional when we are bringing up our children, because whatever we do is what they see. So we are their first model. So they look at us, and that is why when we set rules, we should not be the first people
To break the rule.
break the rules. Like in my home now, we have a set rule that when it's 10 p.m., everyone goes to bed. We have our usual evening prayer and study, and then it's light off. Everybody goes to bed. So when I think was it last week? So I think I was busy doing something in the kitchen, and it was past 10. My last child went as usual. We assemble in our bedroom to pray, and my last child was there waiting for us. You know, they didn't call me because I was busy. I lost the count of the time, so I didn't know that it was already past 10 p.m. So when I finished, I went up. My husband was not really happy with me, and he told me something that really, yeah, that I had to really think about it. He said, these children, they look up to us. That even when he told the my son that, okay, let's pray, mommy is not here, my son was still insisting that mommy must be here, for the prayer to be complete. We are not, as in, we are not complete as a family. And they know that mommy is at home. It's not as if I was away, but I'm right there in the house. So he was telling the dad, no, mommy has to be here for the family to be complete. We can't pray without one member of the family not available. That he had to like pet him and explain to him why they should pray without me. So um, after that discussion with my husband, I vowed never to like violate that rule anymore. So when it's 10, whatever I'm doing, I should be able to leave it and join the family for the usual family prayer. So I love that comment. One of the comments there, that we, the parents, are the children's first model. So still on tough love, still on tough love, which of the style of parenting do you prefer? The one of our own time or the parenting of now? Which
So,
is better?
so like I said, there's really not too much difference between the old times and now. Rather that parents have become so busy, and also the freedom that children enjoy today, we didn't enjoy it then. But for me, in a home, I feel the two is very important. Like in my house, I am the child worshiper. My wife is the tough love, parent. So
And the
yeah,
stricter one.
so when you need to complement it, like when something happened and she said, "Hey, why did you do that? I'm going to strip you off your gadget for the whole of this week." And the child run to me, and I just hold it to myself and pet him and say, "Oh, well, mom is right, but this is what you can do. I will help talk to mom, to review the punishment and bring it down a bit. So yeah, so it's good for both to exist in a home. One should be the disciplinarian, the other one should be the worshiper, and trust me, it's very, very important for us to discipline and make sure there is a penalty for everything that they do wrong. There should be a penalty, and when that penalty is melted, the other guy should also be there. But for those that are single parents, you can as well discipline and show love at the same time. When you discipline, you call the child later and explain to him what he did wrong and what, in case of next time, what he's supposed to do. And also melt the penalty on the child as well.
Yeah.
And
Someone said, I prefer a mixed style of parenting.
yeah, so that's what I just
Yeah.
explained. So you use one hand to discipline and use the other hand
Yeah,
to
there's a
actually
saying that the
control the
hand you
child.
use to beat a child, we don't beat to, but it just nowadays the hand you use to beating a child, you use the other hand to
To draw
draw
the
the
child
child.
close. Yeah.
So to me, I feel tough love is telling the truth the way it is, the way it ought to be. Telling the child, this is, you have done wrong, and this is it. You have crossed the line.
The red line.
You crossed the red line. So it's not all about, this modern style of parenting. We just allow everything slide, everything just go, So what do you think about um, child worship? Is it a form of letting children go because the parents don't want to be disturbed, the parents want to be free, or they don't want any form of
Disturbance, yeah.
disturbance? They just want the child to just go away so they can have their peace. How do you see that
Okay, yeah.
statement?
So
How true is that?
like yesterday, one of my sons, actually two of them actually mocked me. They were showing something on TV, and he just said, "Oh, dad, I would like this," And I said, "Okay, no problem, I'll order it for you." And they started laughing and say, "I was just messing around with you, dad." Come on. He said, "I was just messing around with you." So we went upstairs to pray, and he said, "Oh, dad, I love you so much because, anything I want, you actually give to me." And I burst into laugh. So yeah, most times, like I said, we are so busy. And when parents are so busy, they just want, the child to just go with their, and most of them just say, go with your wahala, beg, go to your wahala. And they say, oh, I need my gadgets back. You don't even have the time to think if actually he needs the gadget back now. We just say, okay, come on, go and get the gadget, and just to keep them away. So yeah, most times, and naturally, the love for our children overtakes our heart as well. Because we love them, we want to do everything for them, we want to give them everything they want, and
Yeah.
that makes us to just put all our guards off, and just abuse the process.
Yeah. Someone says that is they're talking about sparing of our children, that is suggesting let's go back to our old time parenting. So which do we prefer? The old time parenting or the modern parenting, you know?
Well, so the old time parenting had its advantages and it had disadvantages. You know, the more we bring the kids close to us, the more we understand them. You know, it doesn't mean that you must really over discipline a child. Like I feel, you know, you can communicate with kids, get them close to you, and actually communicate. Like my style of parenting is
More of
yeah,
communication.
more communication. I sit you down and I tell you the truth. You know, don't you think this would have been done in a different way? Don't you think, you know? So communication is very key. Understanding, you know, they will be convicted inside them when they disappoint you. When they know that you actually love them, you know, they are convicted because they want to please you. Like the one that came to me and said, "Oh, Dad, I really love you." Each time I remember he didn't perform well in school, and I wanted to get him something. He said, "No, Dad, I don't deserve.
Yeah, I don't deserve. Yeah.
He told me that I don't deserve it. Probably next time when I meet your expectation, you can buy it for me. And I was going to buy a PS5. You know, when you hear the car sound in the garage.
Remember, yeah, while growing up, my siblings and I, we have this. There's this. Is it like a we call it bench now that we sit in front of the house. Our house is protected. We have this burglary proof, so we usually don't go outside. Even everyone, the other kids in the area, they know that these children don't go out like that. So in the evenings, we just sit on that bench in front of the house and we sit down. And as soon as we see our daddy's car coming, everybody will disappear because they know my dad is this very harsh. He talks in harsh tone, no. So he's a disciplinarian. So everybody knows that in my area. So even our friends that were hanging around, everybody will just disappear. We too will just disappear and run. So someone in the comment section said parents should be very intentional because you can discipline without learning. That you can discipline without learning, without the child learning anything. So why are we running? Normally, if your parents is coming, that's the reason why you should stay and welcome your dad. You shouldn't be scared. So I believe that our time of discipline, our parents' time of discipline was more of their style was more of tough. I don't know if there's love in it, though we didn't see it as love. So it was done with a bit of harshness, with a little bit of, strictness. And so it creates a form of like fear in us instead of, so I believe that parents should be very intentional while disciplining their children so they don't get the wrong narrative from it.
Yeah, so like also, as you were saying that, it also came to me, when you make a child to be so scared of you,
Yeah,
he grew up to be a very timid guy.
a timid child. Yeah.
So we don't want to bring up timid.
Yeah, I know you always say that to me. Once I said, when you are too hard, you are too firm, it makes the child to be scared. It creates that kind of fear. You always tell me, I don't want my children to be timid, I don't want them to be afraid when they are outside. I want them to be, to be exposed. So don't make them always feel, them doing something wrong all the time.
Yeah.
It's not the time you scream.
Yeah, because most time once they just heard you,
my boy, yeah.
all of them, they try to run under the bed. So we need to just show some love even as we discipline them. It's very, very important that children must be disciplined, but you must show love when you are doing that. Yeah. So tough love for me is the best, but if you can blend it, with some a bit of pampering, you can discipline while you're pampering.
Yeah, someone said parents should discipline with love and purpose. Yes, so like while my son was trying to create a balance, trying to tell us the form of parenting style that he loves best. Oh, mom is always, oh, you have done this. Why did you do this? I said, I drew his attention to a particular statement of his that you said, mommy will say, why? So you must discipline with love and purpose. So from that, why did you do it? Firstly, you are trying to make that child own up to the responsibility, trying to make the child realize that I've done something wrong, and mom or dad needs an explanation. I can't just get away with anything that I do. There are some that I have to hold myself accountable and I have to give an explanation. So that is the purpose. So when I think I kind of like support this comment, say parents should discipline with love and purpose. So there should be reason why you're disciplining a child. You have to let the child know this is what you have done. Like my children, when I want to discipline them, I'm sorry to just say this, I'm not supposed to say it, but I've gotten into trouble in the past by one of my son. So he kind of like said something in the school that got me involved and my attention was drawn. So I told them that I have a form of parenting style, I can't just let my children to go free with everything that they do. So when they do wrong, I make sure that there are certain ways I discipline them. It's not about the physical beating, but yeah, I have this harsh tone. I don't know if it's very common with mothers, maybe because we do a lot of, we are always with the children, and you know, we are always like so box up with so many things. I flare a lot. Um, I can scream. I can talk in harsh tone, but that does not mean I don't love my child. Okay. So I told the school authority, see, I have a form of parental style of discipline. So I do what I do. I do a lot of grounding. If you do something, I draw your attention to it, and you continue on it, I will definitely ground you. How do I do my grounding? I make sure you don't get your gadgets, because in my house, like I said, we must set rules in the house. You know, I can take your gadgets. Normally, weekends, we give them the gadget to play during weekends after their Friday school. I give them the gadget. So if you cross the red line, I take your gadget from you. I won't give it to you. So that to me is another form of, discipline. But I don't know. What's your take on it?
So, like I said, there must be rules and regulations. So when the rules, are violated, then the kids need to get some punishment. And the best form of punishment is really like grounding them, taking all the gadgets, because they respect gadgets a lot, So when you take the gadgets away, that's the highest punishment you can give to them. Like you see every Friday when they come back, the first thing they ask of, hey, dad, mom, when am I going to get my gadget back? And you say you're not going to get it for the whole of this
Yeah.
weekend. So is the highest.
Especially when when I look at their schoolwork for the week and I discovered they didn't do well, I make sure they don't get their gadget that weekend, because respect is earned. Everything you do must be earned as a child, you understand? So I kind of love to be tough in that area, to make sure that you understand the reason why I am not giving you this gadget. You understand? So, and it works, because subsequent week you see them striving to want to do better because they need that gadget. So I know I'm hard sometimes, but I think there are times it works for me,
Yeah, no,
because it makes them to
it
put them up.
works, it works. Like like I said, if we go back to the question that you asked early, how many of us are role model to our children? So now that question, I pop it to everybody. Because if they ask your child in school, like they asked my kids some time ago, and they say, "Who are your role model?" And they say, "Oh, my dad is my role model." Anyway, I have all boys, so so they will always say my dad, because they want to be like me, so and do better than me. So can your kids actually say, my dad is my role model? Do I see a lot of people, even in the presence of their kids, they smoke. So how are you going to tell your child not to be a smoker?
Yeah.
They drink. How are you going to tell your child not to be a drinker? I remember. So it's very important that let's discipline ourselves first.
So let me looking at the comments.
Before
How about
discipline,
before we can we should
discipline
be good
children.
role model to
Let's
our
be a
children.
role model to our
Be
children.
disciplined
I mean,
parents.
when you live a good life, and show the things that you are telling them not to do, when you do it, they will not want to do it because they don't want to fall short of their expectations. They want to respect you, so they will not do it. Let's be role model to our children.
Yeah, someone say, how about kids that don't use or have gadgets? So how do you discipline such kids? I think you can introduce the reward system. Yeah, it's not about gadget.
It's not about grounding.
Grounding.
If you don't do this for if you behave well in school, if you read your books as you're expected to do, and you pass your exams very well, I'm going to buy you something.
Yeah.
You make a promise, and they strive.
Yeah, you can do weekly reward, or if you do this, if you do your ask choice all the time, I'll get you this, I'll get you that. So the reward system should be
It's
introduced.
good. Like when I open an account for my kids, and I said, "Oh, if you work in the house, I'm going to pay you salary." So
yeah, €5.
So yeah, €5, and they started actually working very.
Yeah. And they always call me to come and supervise because they want the money.
They want the money to supervise, and I send it to their account, and I show to them. Once in a while, I give them.
Yeah, this is what you have in your account.
I give them the card, and they spend from it. So you are teaching them a lot of things.
Yeah.
You are making them to be responsible. You are making them to be responsible and committed to, the things that matters most. So it's very important that we do the reward system. It's very important we also punish them when they fall short in terms of discipline.
Someone says our children are so exposed to computer and other gadgets, and the society not friendly. Let's still go back to our old time. My father talked to me, but I look, and immediately I correct myself. You always say that. You always made that statement that in the olden days when parents wink their eyes, they blink.
So that's the fear anyway. That was when you look at your father and you are so
that was the time of tough love with harshness.
Yeah, you can't look at that face, and when they look at you, you know that there's something.
There's a problem.
There's a problem, So like these days, like I said, my son can come and tap me and say, "Hey, Dad, what's up?" He calls me, "Hey, my G,"
Yeah.
Come on, guy. So
yeah, there was a day called you, bro.
Hey, bro. And my first son said, "Oh, you're calling
that, bro."
So I mean, you can't do that. This is modern times, and it's just that a lot of things are all over the social media. You can't take away the gadget from them. The only thing, you just apply the rules, the guidance they need at that time. So we can't go back to the old days because
no, that one's
the world has actually evolved.
Beyond that,
what it used to be. So all we need to do is just adapt. And make sure we can take advantage of the technology as well. Just like they have so many learning sites on the social media, focus on those ones. Focus on the positive side of technology and the social media as well.
Yeah, someone said we should discipline with feedbacks, that when you don't get feedbacks from the children, they become timid. We've earlier discussed it now.
Yeah.
That you discipline with purpose.
Yeah. So
First, you
be
make them
intentional.
realize, be
Let it be
intentional. This is what you've done. You crossed the line,
Yeah.
and this is it. So which brings us to the next topic: boundaries. Setting boundaries. So from that comment now, what do you understand by the term boundaries?
In relative
to parenting, so boundaries.
Yeah. So when you set boundaries, set limits to everything, so where you can actually identify at a point where you need to,
Need to match the break.
time you need to take action, and also set safeguards as well. So it's very important that you make them to know when they have crossed the red line, at which point you know that it has elastic limit has been reached, and when you extend it, it's going to break. So the breaking point should be established.
The breaking point, yeah.
So that they actually know at which point to stop. For instance, like we said, when there's things that makes people laugh and you're laughing in front of your parents in those days, when they look at you, you know that this laugh is becoming
out of place now. I need to yeah.
Yeah, you need to stop laughing at this point.
Yeah.
So is just like we said, getting the rules set, getting the boundaries, getting the limits set,
Setting on LD, your boundaries should be LD ones. LD boundaries mean respecting yourself and respecting other members of the family. That means, in this context now, means respecting yourself as a parent and also respecting your children.
Yeah.
That is LD boundaries.
Because you get to a point, like I tell her most times, you get to a point that they get used to your shouting.
Yeah, and they are not moving anymore.
It doesn't matter anymore, so
mommy will only just scream.
You just scream. You can scream, but
you cannot bite.
So they just get used to it.
Yeah.
When you scream, they just walk away. And
there's something that I've even learned recently from you. Though I want to try to emulate you, but like I said, we are different people. I'm that hard type. I don't know, maybe it's very common to mothers out there. Mothers in the house, please feel free to put that in the comment section. Are mothers usually more firm than dads in terms of discipline? So there's something that I admired from my husband, his form of discipline. I'm really thinking towards his form of discipline, but I just pray to have that grace, because we are not wired the same way. He's very calm, he's loving, he's the child worship kind of parent. But when you cross that line, that's when you know that, as simple as daddy can be very principled. And when I see him call them, I may chat throughout the day, I'll be talking, nagging, I want him to take action. Oh, you are too soft, you are pampering the children and all that. He won't say anything, and that will get me more furious and irritated. But later on, I will now see him. He will call them to the bedroom, and he will be having a very long conversation with them. And they will be crying. And when I walk into the room, the state I will meet these kids, I'm so like, what has this man told them that has caused them to be broken? My own, I will scream. They will just say, Mom, my bad, sorry, my bad. And they will walk away. But the way I see him discipline them, through communication, I see them broken. Sometimes I see them weeping. I'm like, what has this man done? What style of parenting? So I think we should have like a blend of both tough love and the child worship?
Yeah, so as we round up,
Mhm.
The best form of parenting is actually the tough love, discipline them, at the same time, draw them close and show them real love, because love can actually establish trust, can establish to make